The Kuretake Zig Wink of Stella brush marker is a marker that will add sparkle to all of your projects and your lettering. It is such a fun marker that it falls into the Zig memory system because of its archival quality. It is a pigment-based, waterproof ink that will make it so that as you are using and on top of other things, that it will be able to be permanent. So this is the project that we're going to be making, and it will be a fold-up card, and that does a three-dimensional pop-out card. So initially, when you have your Wink of Stella brush, you will open up the end of the packaging, and it will have a black ring on it right here, and that black ring is a separator. So right now the ink has not been introduced to the brush end yet. So what you'll do is you'll unscrew it, and you will take the ring out. Then you will screw it back in, and I like to hold it upright because it's going to actually twist into the end, and you can actually hear it break through so that it is there. Then you will pull it off. So now it has connected into the brush, and it has on the side little push markings, and you never want to start your pen on your project. So I always have a practice sheet out that I can use, but it's also fun to be able to use it as a color palette so that you know what colors are, or color chart. So what you'll do is you need to probably put the cap back on and begin to shake it. And you'll hear that there's a little shaker ball inside of it. And the purpose of that is to mix up the glitter with the pigment ink. And so you'll shake it a few times. And then you'll come out, and where it says push, you'll push on either side of it. And you can see that ink start to come down into the reservoir there. And it's a bit of a patience pen. The very first time that you use it, you want to have it so that it's not, you're not pushing very hard. So if you just begin to push it, and then eventually you'll see it start to come down the nylon tip of it. The nylon tip is a wonderful tip that is just like a brush, and so you can get a perfectly fine tip point on it. You can feel the pressure of the ink coming down. There we go. We can see it starting to come down there a little bit, and you can just push, and as we said, it's a bit of a patience pen, but you'll be so pleased that you've started it. So it's coming down there a little bit. It's just going to be a little bit drier. There we go. And one of the fun things that you can do, just like a paintbrush, is that you can roll it, and when you roll it, it makes it into a perfect tip, pointed tip. So there we have it. And then you want to leave the cap on when it's not in use, so that the tip will be able to stay nice and wet. So that is the way to start a Wink of Stella brush marker. So some of the things that are fun to do with the Wink of Stella brush is that it's fun to do lettering. So we've got here some practicing that you can do of some strokes that will help you to be able to use them. So I've got a red here, and I'm going to shake it up. Then I'm going to just see if it's starting. Oh, it's nice and wet, and it's a beautiful color of red. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at the writing line and just come up very lightly, because that light stroke will give you a fine line. Now whenever you're coming down, you can push a little bit harder so you can get thin and thick lines. So it's just fun to be able to practice those strokes so that you'll get that. Then here you're getting your curve. So we're going to come up. When we come down, we're going to add a little bit of pressure when we come up, we can actually get such a fine line. It's so fun. So we're going to do some up and downs, and this is just getting our hand and our eye coordination just warmed up. So as we're going to start on a project or things like that. Next we have a C stroke where we're going to push down at the beginning. We're going to get that fine, and when we reach that writing line, we're going to come up and just do a fine curve up. So, and you can always take it and re-roll the tip end with it if you would like, and be able to push and come up. And the great part about it also is that it is, since it's like a paintbrush, you can correct any things that you've done. But we're just warming up here. So here we're going to, remember our upstroke is light, our downstroke is heavier, and so you can get that variety of tip sizes with the Wink of Stella brush. You'll notice that it has this glitter into it, and it's all glittery, and we hope that you can see that. Our L stroke is coming down, and when you reach the writing line, you're just going to come up and make a curve. So that, and again, if I wanted that line a little bit heavier, I can come back and do that again. So an M stroke comes up, and then when you come up, it's really fine. Come down, it's heavier. Come up, it's fine. Down, it's heavier. And depending on the type of paper that you are using, you'll be able to get some finer lines and thicker lines. So just want to practice on your papers to make sure that you're getting it that way. So this F stroke is, we're going to start and we're going to reach out, come up and around and down, and again fine. So it's so fun that you can get such a variety of tip sizes with it. An S is coming up, so it's a fine line coming around. We're going to add some pressure and come up and then just finish it off. So the opportunity for lots of different types of lettering styles is wonderful. Here's our L coming up and around, up and around. J, we're going to start a little bit heavy, coming down, there we go, and then we're going to do that fine line coming around. And then you can do a pause and a flick up to make the dot on the J. So it's really fun to be able to do lettering with it that way. So we, for our capital letters, again, you want to shake up your marker. You can hear the little shaker ball in there doing its job of mixing up the glitter and the ink. Then we want to take our practice pad, let's see, here we go, this is going to be our blue, and there you can kind of hopefully see some of that glitter that is in there. It's just wonderful, and it's such a fine glitter that making it so easy to be able to add glitter to any of your projects. So for our A, we're going to start up, and then we're going to come around, up and over. Our B is down, coming around, and so we're just going to do these. And you'll be able to practice the variety of lettering styles that you would like to create with this. But a brush lettering style like this really lends itself to that perfect nylon brush that it has. And I always tease that it takes about 3 or 4 times to use a tool, or in this case it takes 26 to be able to use a tool before you get the hang of it. So don't get discouraged, just say, oh, what can I learn from that, or how am I doing? And so we making a variation of that H there, and so we're going to just quickly go through these letters to be able to see the strokes that you can create with them. Again, it comes in 9 different colors, and one of those being clear. So we'll use that in a minute, and we're going to use that clear glitter to be able to use it on top of other markers. And then it has a white, which we'll play with. Well, we'll we'll play with all of the colors that, that are available of this Wink of Stella brush. So for our Q, it's just like an O, but we're coming through and then going to come down. So just practice and it'll make your lettering styles, you'll get to the feel for the Wink of Stella brush. So again, you're just, when you're going to come up, your upstrokes are thin, push down and come up. So you can really just get a really fun, and again, as I said, you can come back and correct anything that you would like to. But so on a W, it's fun to come up, make a loop, come down, and then come up and around. And the glitter is just this fine glitter that is in it, and so it will shimmer and shine in any of your projects that you would like to add some, just that fun enhancement of color along with glitter. So there we have, let's see if we can get you seeing some of the glitter. We're making quite fine lines. When we do our card project, we'll be able to see them. So again, practicing and even tracing, you can practice the letter forms and their shapes. So as I said, it's always great to have this practice sheet that you're going to start them on. So colors we've used, we did use red, so we'll go ahead and give some color there. And then we are going to use, let's see, we did use purple or violet. So you can see why you always want to test it. See how much ink was in that right there? So it's so fun when you do get a puddle like that and you watch it dry, you can actually see the glitter just come and really have a lot of fun with it.